What's up, everyone? This your boy Matt Johnson. I'm driving home. So we have this big situation going on with law enforcement and African American males. There's been a couple of African American females, but overall it just seems, let me take that back, it is a fact that somebody somewhere has a plan to exterminate black males from this nation and from this world. Forget the name, from this world. And people have all of their ideologies and methods and conspiracy theory and dissections and all this stuff to explain why such and such is happening and this and that. Here's the thing. I have, my view may not actually blend in so well with a lot of people, but I don't believe in causing uproar because my pastors teach me, don't fight where there is no spoil. So me getting y'all uproared about what my views really are is not going to do anything for my life. It's not going to pay any bills. It's not going to get me out of any debt that I'm in. It's not going to relieve any pressure that I'm currently facing in life. So I'm going to tread lightly with my comments, but giving an indication of how I feel. Anyhow, I've been stopped by cops, and actually more than what I've actually even ever shared with other people. I've been to jail before, been stopped by cops, harshly mistreated, cops coming up to the window with the guns coming up to my car with the guns to the window automatically just for a regular stop sign check and things like that. So I mean, and there's been other situations that I just have not shared. So, and I'm a black male. So I sympathize with what's going on, but I'm also my own person. I don't wake up fearing that the cops are going to kill me. My pastors have taught me, what am I fearing this for? Number one, I'm a child of God, so I don't have any business fearing anything. The Bible says, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I don't fear coming out. I don't fear that I'm going to encounter the wrong cop. I don't have those fears. As a black man in Cleveland, Ohio, I grew up on St. Clair, 115th, 123rd and Superior. I lived on 116th and Buckeye. I done lived in some of the worst neighborhoods. I done lived up and down Euclid Avenue. Encountered cops many times, young and old. So I don't have those fears. I don't particularly think. Yes, I see what's happening. I see what's going on. And it's a tragedy, and it is an issue that needs to be handled, but not with no protests and all this stuff. There's a lot of Christians. See, I'm a Christian male, so I'm gonna just mention this. There's a lot of Christians that are in seats of influence in governmental offices, and flat out we need them to start exercising their powers. But outside of that, people need to stop fearing, because as Christians, I'm gonna speak from a Christian perspective. As Christians, we are not called to fear, as I mentioned. We're called to be light in the midst of darkness. And if the devil see that we're making what's happening around us bigger than we're making God, he's going to continue to try to torture us, make us angry, exterminate us. He's going to continue to try to make us irritated and all of this stuff. Stop waking up fearing your son. Stop fearing. That's why the enemy is going to have his way, because of fear. Stop fearing. The enemy can't have his way unless we fear. False evidence appearing real. Yes, what's going on is real, but if those of you that are Christians and know what God is capable of doing, we know what's going on. But the Bible says, if I be lifted up, if we lift God up and magnify him bigger than whatever is going on, I believe he'll begin to really start making some changes. Yes, there are certain things in the Bible that needs to unfold and all that, but A lot of things don't need to occur. But I feel as long as we magnify what's going on more so than magnifying God, things are really going to continue to happen. Yes, there are some specific actions we need to take in governmental offices, with policies, procedures, laws, all this type of stuff. But we need not to underestimate the power of prayer and the power of influence. Those of you that are in seats of influence, do what you can do to help the situation and to make the situation better. Those of you that are not in the seats of influence, begin to pray even harder. And each one reach one. I'm a firm believer in that. Anybody you can educate about anything. And at the end of the day, I still feel like the Bible says, love covers a multitude of faults. Once love as God has designed it is restored back into the center of families, into the center of people's minds and their emotions, in the workplace, in the schools, love is a universal language, but it has been perverted and distorted. But once it is restructured and recentered in the heart of every mind, every soul, every being, no matter whether it's a person, an institution, or whatever the case may be, I believe then we'll see God really moving his hand. And like I said, I'm a black male. I've experienced things I'll probably never share with y'all at the hand of cops. So I already know, and I thank God it's by his grace and mercy that I have not been consumed. But guess what? We need to stop fearing. Stop putting that mess on Facebook about you fear your son is going to get killed. You fear your daughter is going to get killed. All this type of stuff. Stop fearing. That's what feeds the enemy. So let's stop this fearing stuff. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Things will occur, but don't mean we need to add to the devil's ammunition by fearing whatever it is that he's doing and whatever it is that he's sending. So I commission everybody, let's not get emotional. Let's not get in an uproar because our fellow brother and sister is getting in an uproar. Let's learn to think for ourselves. And if we stop and think, I'm sure this probably has crossed many people's minds, why are you fearing? I expect non-Christians to fear. But why are Christians putting anything about fear? Because guess what? There's been a couple of non-believers that say, I thought y'all so much into God, what y'all fearing for? So how you think that make us look? Yes, this is a tragedy that's affecting everybody, but we have non-believers at the same time saying, aren't y'all supposed to be trying to keep us strong and, to ensure us that everything is going to be okay because isn't your God in control? But if we're scared and we're afraid to walk out the house, send our kids to school, camp, store, church, whatever, how are we going to preach a God that we're not really confident in? And again, the example I just gave, these are non-believers that are asking these questions. So you want me to serve a God that you don't have confidence in? Because you're talking about fear just like I'm talking about fear, and I don't have a relationship with Jesus. Just something to think about. Everyone have a blessed night.